Today on Education Showcase, check out the fantastic world of tomorrow. Experience great works of art. And look at the pros and cons of high-pressure children's sports. It's coming up on Education Showcase, brought to you in part by Discovery Networks. According to statistics from the U.S. Department of Education, a quarter of all secondary teachers in the U.S. are either new to the profession or are assigned to teach subjects out of field, meaning that the teacher has not been certified to teach that particular subject. Now, in areas like math, life science, physical science, and history, over 50% of teachers are out of field. This puts both teachers and students at a disadvantage and makes the goals of the No Child Left Behind Act particularly difficult to attain. But out-of-field teachers can take advantage of a comprehensive solution provided by Teaching Point, a company that develops subject-specific teaching materials and mentoring support designed to get teachers up to speed on new subject assignments. We'll hear more about Teaching Point's resources in this month's interview, which was produced for us by students in the TV production class at Stanton High School in Jacksonville, Florida. Now, these students benefited from Teaching Point's TV production curriculum, which was developed by their teacher, Diana Blount.
Doug, what are the goals for Teaching Point?
Well, Wendy, the goals are simple. It's to prepare teachers in the field that they've been assigned to teach for the first time, whatever the subject is. Anything from kindergarten to grade 12, when a new teacher gets a new assignment, they need help. It's usually in the form of a mentoring teacher if the district can find one, but if they can't, our materials can help on a day-to-day basis with lesson plans and activities and class notes and all those things that teachers normally have to write on their own. And this way we have an opportunity to prepare teachers all across the country. No Child Left Behind is a hot topic these days. Of course, the President and the Governors Association both want to have highly educated and highly qualified teachers in every classroom. And to do that, we can prepare these materials written by experts in the field.
How can these materials assist teachers in becoming highly qualified?
Well, there's a three-part plan or program that we're developing. The first is instructional materials to help a teacher on a daily basis through their class. The second is mentoring teacher access. The third would be an online course through universities around the country that will offer an opportunity for a teacher who doesn't qualify with either a major or minor in the subject, or what the No Child Left Behind bill calls house points. That means you've taught the course long enough that you're grandfathered into teaching it. If you don't qualify into those first two parts, then the third part, you have to have a competency test in the subject. Well, we're not going to just give them a competency test online. We're going to give them a test prep course and a methods course along with it that tracks all of the instructional materials we've written, so that when they get past the competency test and they become highly qualified that way, then they have the materials to get through the year.
What was your inspiration in developing this concept?
Well, Wendy, the inspiration, of course, was my wife and my mother, in fact, both teachers, and watching them with new assignments and having to write materials as they did that didn't come with the textbook, and the hours and hours they spent and the struggles they had being new teachers to the assignment led me to believe that maybe there was an opportunity here as they wrote these materials to offer them to other teachers to help them in their first years of teaching, whatever the subject was. And as I talked to teachers all over the country, we now have 120 teachers in different subjects. Every one of them said they would have loved to have had materials like this when they first started teaching. And so here's an opportunity to develop a knowledge base for teaching.
Diana, we're looking at your TV1 production materials today. How are these materials set up, and how can they help teachers?
All of the books are set up with a syllabus, a pacing guide, daily lesson plans, which are awesome for teachers, assessments, assessment keys, and they also have class notes, which come in two versions. You can use an overhead or you can use PowerPoint notes.
How do these materials set themselves apart from regular textbooks?
These materials are different than textbooks in that they are written by the teachers, teaching in their field. They're all inclusive. When a teacher walks into the classroom, whether they be a new teacher or an experienced teacher, the plans are laid out for them on a day-to-day basis, and it also gives the teacher some content, some background information about the particular lesson that they'll be teaching.
Carol, how do these materials comply with national and state standards?
Each course is aligned for both state and national standards. We have the teachers who write the courses actually go through and identify each lab, each set of notes, and make sure that you're meeting every one of the state standards that are written for that particular course, as well as the national standards. And you have to remember that these teachers are experts in their field already, and so they're going to be meeting the standards before we even ask them to become authors.
And what feedback do you get from teachers who use the curriculum?
One of the benefits of Teaching Point is that we offer our teachers the ability to connect with the teacher who's their author and develop a mentoring program. And they have our email and our phone number, and they're encouraged to just call us whenever they have a question. We'll be happy to help them. It's like having a mentor teacher in your school. And in many schools, there's so few teachers teaching a particular subject, there may not be anyone in your building who's teaching the same subject that you're teaching. And so to be able to call someone on the phone and say, how do you deal with this particular problem, I think it's a real benefit and something that other publishing houses don't offer.
Teaching Point currently has over 85 core and elective courses that contain all of the curriculum elements teachers would normally have to write themselves. Mentoring teachers are available by email for all of these courses. Teaching Point is also partnering with universities and the Department of Education in various states, adapting their curriculum as online how-to-teach methods courses. For more information, visit teachingpoint.net.